What if the people who've lived the longest, seen the most, and felt love and loss in ways we can't yet imagine, told you they all regretted the same thing? Not money, not fame, not even health. I sat with 100 grandparents, faces lined with time, eyes full of stories, and asked them one question: what's your biggest regret? Their answers were raw, unfiltered, sometimes whispered through tears, other times through laughter soaked in pain. But slowly, a pattern emerged, a warning, a map we're too busy to read. If you think you have time, you need to hear what they told me. I didn't expect it to change me. I thought I was collecting stories, compiling memories, but interviewing 100 grandparents about their biggest regret became something else entirely. It became a mirror. It started slow, in living rooms filled with silence and warm tea, in nursing homes where time moves like molasses, in parks where grandmothers fed pigeons like they were old friends. I sat down, asked the same question: what's your biggest regret? And waited. Some smiled, some looked away, some paused so long I thought they'd forgotten the question. But they hadn't. They were just traveling back, and when they came back, they all came back to the same kind of moment. Not the same regret exactly, but the same soulache. The pattern wasn't about what they did, it was what they didn't do. The love they never confessed, the apology they never gave, the risk they never took, the dream they kept postponing, the words they swallowed, the version of themselves they silenced. I heard stories of men who stayed in jobs they hated for decades because it was safe, because it was expected, only to watch their lives shrink while their souls withered. I heard women who wanted to travel, dance, paint, sing, but believed motherhood meant self-erasure, that being a good wife meant muting their hunger. One man said he used to write poetry, beautiful, aching poetry, but stopped when a teacher mocked him in front of the class. He never wrote again. 70 years of silence followed that moment. A woman told me she loved her childhood best friend, but it was 1954, and girls didn't say those things. She married a man she liked. She never felt alive again. A grandfather whispered that he wished he'd hugged his son more. He thought love was discipline, and now his son teaches his grandson that emotions are weakness. Generations locked in emotional poverty. Another said, I was so afraid of being judged, I became someone I didn't even like. Over and over again I heard the same chorus. I didn't live my life, I lived the one that was expected. And here's the strange part. None of them regretted the times they failed. They regretted the times they didn't try, the times they let fear win, the moments they felt an urge in their chest, a calling, a truth, but turned away from it because they were tired, or afraid, or polite. One woman broke down, hands trembling, and said, I didn't let myself be happy. I was always waiting for the other shoe to drop. I didn't know joy could be safe. They told me stories not to impress me, but to free themselves. They carried their regrets like ghosts, and somehow telling me helped them let go. But every story hit me like a warning. Don't wait to say I love you. Don't wait to leave what's killing you slowly. Don't wait to follow that wild, irrational dream. Don't wait to forgive. Don't wait to be kind to yourself or others. Don't wait to be who you were before the world taught you to be small. They told me they thought they had more time. They thought someday they'd write the book, open the bakery, dance under the stars, take the road trip, speak the truth, kiss the girl, call their sister. But someday never came. Someday got eaten up by routines and bills and guilt and shame, and the exhausting pursuit of being acceptable. They blinked and they were old, and they all begged me to tell people, Break your own heart if you must, but break it open, not closed. One man held my hand, his grip weak, but his voice clear. Tell them to stop playing roles. The world doesn't need another perfect face. It needs more real ones. A woman looked me dead in the eye and said, tell them to stop being so damn afraid. Fear is the biggest con of all. I asked her, afraid of what? She smiled thin and sad. Of what people think, of failing, of feeling, of being too much, of not being enough, of being forgotten, of being remembered for the wrong things. The truth is, their regrets weren't about lost jobs or missed investments. They were about moments of truth where they betrayed themselves, when they needed to speak, but stayed silent, when they needed to walk away, but clung tighter, when they needed to leap, but sat still. I began seeing the same regret in different costumes. The business never started. The marriage that was tolerated instead of healed, or ended. The child they never got to know because pride was louder than love. And I realized, this isn't about age. This is about every one of us, because regret doesn't wait for old age. It starts small. It starts now, in our 20s, our 30s, our daily compromises, the tiny deaths we justify, and then we wake up one day and wonder where we went. So I'll tell you what they told me. Start, begin, love hard, forgive early, apologize first, dance badly, laugh too loud, write the poem, say the truth, leave the lie, call your mom, hug your dad, tell your best friend you'd die for them. Stop waiting for life to be perfect before you show up for it. Most of them didn't regret the messy parts. They regretted the numbness, the delay, the denial, the pretending. I asked 100 grandparents about their biggest regret, and here's the pattern. It's always what you didn't do, who you didn't become, the silence you thought was strength, the dream you let die because you forgot it mattered. You think you have time. You don't. You have now, just now. Let this be your wake-up call, because in the end, it won't be the mistakes that break you. It'll be the moments you had the chance to be brave and chose comfort instead.